Hi guys, I don't know if you can hear me. Hi, who's there? Hi. Hi guys. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Let me try to look at. Uh-huh. Hey Dave. Hi Dave, how are you? Hi everyone. Hi guys. Yeah, so our live is supposed to start at 9. It's like 7 minutes to. So we're waiting for everybody. In the meantime, let me look for okay. Alrighty. Trying to look at. Hi guys, I'm getting ready as I wait for everybody because it's supposed to start at 9. Hi Faith Kirimi, hi Margaret, Masangu, hi, MGN Media. Hi from Seattle, whatever, man. Please forgive me, huh? You guys know I'm from the village. I am from the village. Hi everyone. Hi Marin Dongo. Yes, hi to you too. Hi Maureen David. Hi Shiro. Hi guys. Yeah, so I'm setting up a bit as I wait for everybody, and I'm trying to look at your comments on my the live chat on my laptop, so I can be able to read your. Oh yeah, I've seen. Hi Marceline, this is Naomi. Let me just put my laptop on top of something so I can be able to read your comments nicely, guys. Hi Ezekiel from Mombasa. I wish I could see you guys. One of these days I'll install that thing where I can see you guys, where you can call in with a video and then we talk. Sindio? Hi Nancy, thank you Nancy. Oh, Shiro, unanipenda na roho yako yote. Thank you mama. Love you right back. I love you right back. I'm trying to set up everything. Yeah. You guys can see me? You guys can hear me? Hi Dave. Oh, Dave, you're from Qatar, you know. I'm so inspiration is my other name. Oh, thank you, Rachel. You're making me feel myself. So who is this? Beatrice. Hi, Beatrice. Hi, I'm so looking fabulous. Thank you, Beatrice. Jennifer Mgendi. Hi, I'm so. You look so pretty. Thank you, guys. Oh, hi, Becky. Guys, please check out our topic for today: the feeling that you're not good enough. Like, do you ever feel like you're not good enough? Huh? Do you ever feel like you're inadequate? Maybe you're invited somewhere to speak, or you're given a task by your boss or someone, and then you're feeling you're asking yourself, why me, why not so and so, and then you're scared of missing it and all that. So hi Miriam says we are ready for you, Mudhoni. Thank you very much. The live is supposed to start at 9 and just waiting for 9, so I give people enough time to join in the meantime. How have you been? How was your day today? How was your day today? How have you been today? I want to hear your stories. And fine, we said fine is not a feeling. So how are you feeling today? How was your day? Joan Fundi, hi. Faith Kirimi, hello. Masangu Kantu, hi. Oh, thank you, Dave. I have 4 minutes, yeah? Thank you so much. I'm in my early 20s. The tips you give me, Aki, I owe you. Oh, karaoke. Thank you. These things keep me going. Like when you send me these messages, when you tell me, my messages are getting to you, they're helping you become the better version of yourself. They're helping you, maneuver life. It makes me feel so good because that is why we do this. Cynthia, like I use my experiences in life to, you know, to teach, and so you can learn from my mistakes. So I'm still setting up. So Naomi, you say I'm feeling superb. So you say that's what I am today. Dia nataka ka advice kengine. Okay, who is this? Shiro. Oh, Alice Njoki, you say you're not okay. What's up? What's up, Njoki? Hi, Peter. How are you doing? Ezekiel, you're saying your day was super cool. You say it was your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Ezekiel. I wish I had a system here. I'd have sung your song. Happy birthday to you. How old are you, Ezekiel? Tuanzie hapo. Nijue nitakuimbia wimbo gani. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And also, I want to thank you guys for your feedback, for your DMs, for your prayers, for always telling me not to stop doing what I do here. You know, it keeps me going. It keeps me going, and I love that. I love that. Sometimes I am so busy. Sometimes I'm so busy in my days, but I always find time. Like today, I was so busy. You guys, I had such a busy day. I'm working here and there. I have meetings, I have engagements, but I have to do this every day. So that's why I decided I'll be doing live some days. MGN, you say it's 10:58 a.m. in the morning in Seattle. Yeah, hey Mudhoni, my day was fantastic. Thank you. Who's this? Talk more about red flags. I will mention it, but briefly, Alice Jockey. Let me first write about red flags. Alice Jockey, you're saying, I'm honestly struggling. Thank you. Thank you for help. You helped me, right? Mentally and emotionally, I'm finding it hard to let go of my ex who's moving in with his new girl. Okay. Oh, I'm sending you hugs, Alice. It's not easy. It's not easy, but sometimes the lucky one is the one who gets away. The one who lets go. So, yeah, we can touch a bit about red flags. Hi, Ann Mungai. I'm so keep up. You're like my big sis. Oh, nakupenda. May God lift you to greater heights. Thank you, Ann. May God do the same to you too. So it's almost 9. I'm going to start at exactly 9 p.m. because I know it's late. Brenda, thank you so much. Jennifer. Okay. Jennifer is just keeping time here. So I want to talk about, before we get to questions, before we get to interacting, you guys, I want to talk about the feeling that you're not good enough. I don't know if sometimes you go through that, because I had something similar happen to me in the morning, and where you're feeling like you're not doing enough, like you need to do better, like everyone is way ahead of you. I don't know if you guys have those feelings and sometimes feel like that. So, and I want to talk about sometimes when you're feeling inadequate. Maybe you asked at an event, Mudhoni, stand up and give us a vote of thanks. Or someone tells you, you will give the presentation at work today. And then your world just stops and you're thinking, why me? As in, so and so is so good at this, one so is so good at this. Why me? Like this is not my thing. Like I'm not into, you know. Or maybe someone gives you a task, or you're supposed to actually do something, and you feel like you can't deliver like you expected to. You know how sometimes we carry ourselves short. So I have been thinking about it, and I thought I would talk about that today. So when I think about, sometimes when I think like I'm not good enough, or I think like I'm not doing enough, or I'm unworthy, sometimes it takes me to a place where I feel powerless, where I feel like people are doing way better than myself. But then I remind myself that no one has the manual to living my life like this Mudhoni life. You know, it's like nobody lived, and then they did whatever they had to do, and then now they're telling me you're not supposed to be doing this. You know, you make your mistakes until you know. Yeah, so someone told me, talk about waiting. Yes, Brenda, I thought about it. Brenda Atito, about waiting. Talk about waiting. So I don't know if you're saying you're waiting or you're saying I should talk about waiting. Okay. Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Yes, hi. Thank you, Dave. I can relate to the topic today. Yes, because it happens. We feel unworthy, or we feel sometimes inadequate from our childhood upbringing, our experiences growing up. Sometimes people told you were not good enough. People compared you to your maybe elder sister, and especially if you're a middle child, you know what I'm talking about. Like you are literally, I was compared to my older sister, and you know it's so unfair because they are way more developed. Like you are the younger one. So So sometimes when I feel like I'm not enough, like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I feel like I'm dragging behind. Kwanza, that one for dragging behind is because we really want to compare ourselves with other people. I only feel like I'm not doing as everybody else when I look at what everybody else is doing, and then I feel like I'm way behind them. But that's not usually the truth. It's not usually the truth. So I have learned to stop hanging around very critical people. You know, people who body shame you, people who tell you you're good at this, you're not good at this. Don't tell me I'm not good at anything. I can be good at whatever I want to be. Sindio, we are made in God's image. So we can practically move mountains. Winnie Moro, hi. Suka Hio, hello, the African diva. Hi girl, how are you? So I'm learning to stop comparing myself. I don't know why we do compare ourselves so much. And we already know no one is posting their failures, no one is showing you their failures. And sometimes I look at things that are happening in my life and I feel I probably need to have a chain of stores. I probably need to be getting millions of views on YouTube. I probably need to have so much money. I probably need to be driving this and this car. But at the end of the day, as in, your life will never be the same like somebody else's life. That is what I tell myself. And then, like I've said, no one came with a manual for how I should live my life. I make choices every day. And when I fail, I just say it's God's way of telling me, Modoni, weka breaks kidogo. Yeah, Brenda Atito, talk about waiting in singlehood. And then, hey, Modoni, I'm here watching with my baby here. It feels nice listening to you. Oh, Jackie, say hi to your baby, eh? Yes, Brenda, I get your point. I will talk about that. Thank you so much. I'm still looking at your questions. I'm still looking at your feedback. And thank you so much for the emails, for the DMs. I get so many, especially DMs, so many. And I really want to thank you guys for keeping it real with me, because when I started my YouTube channel, I wanted it to be a journey of my experiences, to help you in whatever you're struggling with, to like make it okay. Sometimes things happen to you that you don't want. Sometimes life is a surprise. Sometimes you think you've planned out what you want for your life, but things just come and things sometimes fall apart. I really wanted that. And when you guys send me feedback telling me you're getting better, or I spoke about things you're struggling with, or thank you more than for this and that, it really fills me up. So who is this? You're saying I should talk about waiting while single. So I was single for such a long time. I was single. Okay. So do you have any practical ways of not comparing yourself? It's easy to say, but seems so hard. Yes, it is so hard. Sometimes the best way to stop comparing yourself, before I get to Brenda, I'll come to you. Before I get to Brenda, the best way to stop comparing yourself is to look at what is really working for you, what has really worked for you, to look at the positives in your life, to look at, how sometimes you tell yourself, I have, like, for example, I feel like God has given me the gift of I don't want to say influence, but like people can listen to me. And also sometimes look at maybe in terms of business, in terms of school, in terms of your personal life, in terms of good health, in terms of maybe you have your parents. Look at really what is working for you, the positives in your life. When you start looking at what is working in your life, you will stop comparing yourself to other people. You feel like you're so blessed. You feel like you're so ahead, so you don't feel the need to look at other people. There's a quote I read that says, I read it, I think, yesterday. Winners focus on winning, and losers focus on the winners. Yeah. So winners just focus. When you feel you're ahead, when you feel blessed, and you don't feel blessed because things are working so well, things are so great for you. You feel blessed because you're looking at what is working, not what is not working. So winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners. So we'll look at your wins and focus on that, so you can win more. Mudhani, do something on why it hurts after a breakup. Niko na 8 months now and still, Ruth Gatimo. I can talk about that when I've closed my eyes, because I went through a string of abusive and crazy relationships. So what to do when you're waiting? Brenda Atito. So for me, after I became single after my worst breakup that I talk about. I went for therapy, And during that therapy, I was still, sometimes when you're so broken, you think the only way to get over a man is to get another man, right? Like you just want someone to fill that gap. So by the time I was going for therapy, I was still like huku inje, like I was going on date here and going crazy and having a good time as a single lady. And when I started therapy, in the therapy, as I was continuing with therapy, I realized I needed to take a break. I realized I needed to know who I am, because you see, I dated toxic men. Like I had like when I go on date with someone, maybe after like 3 months, it didn't have to get serious. I realized, well, this is not what I want. And then now the toxic relationship with a narcissist lasted 2 years. I talk about it. So after that, even when I was going for therapy, like I've said, I had started dating. But then I realized when I started going for therapy, and the therapist said, if you're not healed, you will still attract toxic men. You know how different monkeys, same forest? You're in the dating game, you find a different guy, maybe they look different, but they're still abusive in some way or toxic in some way. Because I was also not at a good place. I was not healed. I had a lot of baggage and childhood trauma. So I stopped dating. I started reading a lot. And let me tell you, another lady sent me an email and said, Atimbudoni, hey, you guys, I will just talk openly here. We don't judge. We're here to get better. Atimbudoni, you said when you're single and when you really feel like you want something serious, you should take time off dating. And then she wrote me an email and she was like, I am so horny. Like I cannot I can't take it. Like, so do I have to satisfy my physical needs as I continue waiting, and also tell the guys I'm physical with that I don't want anything emotional? But then I didn't reply that email because, like I said, sometimes I don't want to reply such emails. Justaki screenshots zianze kutembea all over. So anyway, as you wait, you will get all those feelings. If you are sexually active before, of course, you will feel like you want to be more sexually active. So at some point, you will feel lonely. You will have those crying nights. But take time to date yourself. That is the importance of that waiting time. Take yourself on dates. Take yourself on vacations if you can. It don't have to be a vacation. You can just decide, let me go to Naivasha today, I come back tomorrow, or just even na huku kwa highway. Some of these highways are really therapeutic ukiangalia kwa surroundings, even na huku Kitengela kona baridi Kiserian. Just take time to look at your life. So that waiting time is time you're dating yourself. Read every book there is about relationships. Guys, read. Because you come to realize the things we go through as human beings are not things that are new. People have gone through them before. People have written about them. People have written about the lessons they learned, the mistakes they've made. So take time to get to know. Take yourself on dates. And I see women saying, at mimi, I can't find myself going in a restaurant alone. At first, it feels weird. But when you're seated there, think about, if you're having a conversation with someone else on the other end, picture that person to be yourself. What would you want to talk about? Get to learn about yourself. Ujijue kabisa. Also, I say, reflect on the past like 5 relationships. I'm not saying you must have had like millions of relationships. Even the men you went on dates with, reflect on your last, or the women you went on dates with, reflect on your last 5 relationships and write down why it did not work out. What was the issue? Because there is always a pattern before you get to that toxicity. And then also, the reason you want to take that time, I told myself, in that narcissistic relationship I was in, I played a part. Number 1, abusers date victims. Like the idea when you're in an abusive relationship is to stop being a victim and to stand up for yourself. So when you're a victim, some people start abusing you. First of all, you get the Stockholm syndrome. You know how you get attracted to your abuser, and then you start developing toxic coping mechanisms to deal with the abuse. So you are toxic to some extent. So that waiting time when you're single is so you can let go of those things. So and also sometimes, I don't know, me, after my breakup and after thinking about it, I used to think about things that happened that relationship and I would be so ashamed alone in my apartment. I'd be like, wow, like I can't believe I went through all this, I can't believe he told me that. Like, why would I even tell him that? Reflect, take time and reflect. And also because I told myself that will be my first and last abusive relationship. Like I choose myself and I will stand with my truth. So I also went through what I was looking in a partner, and I had to reevaluate that list because a lot of it was physical, nonsensical, and materialistic bullshit. I had to really, because sometimes you look at, like when I was looking back at my relationships, you've dated people who are wealthy, you've dated people who are well educated, you've dated people probably who had positions in work, but they still messed you up. So what is it you need to, who is it you need to date, or what is it you need to date? Who is it you need to? I needed to date someone who is of good character. I needed to date someone who knows right and wrong and who knows who's a human being. I needed that. So when you're waiting, it's time to evaluate yourself and the person you want to date. Also, I like I say, you have to be what you're looking for. Also, to work towards having values for the man you want in your life or the woman you want in your life. You have to work towards that. You have to become the person for them. You have to become that person for them. So when I started, I talked about sometimes feeling you're not good enough. And sometimes even when we approach relationships, we find sometimes really good people. Maybe someone who's well educated, they're well groomed, they're God fearing, they're what you want. But then you because you feel you're not good enough, you feel something is not right. Like it can't be this good, but this guy cannot be. Sometimes we sabotage ourselves, but the problem is not that person. The problem is yourself. You need to work on your self-esteem. Okay, and then now, if, for example, the person who's asking me, Brenda, hi Brenda, I hope you're listening. Yeah, okay. So the person who asked me is Brenda, and I'm sure probably you're asking what to do when you're single because your other relationships did not work out. Pray about it, read a lot about it, reflect a lot about it. Brenda, you're also saying, talk about social media pressures in life. Social media pressures in life come when you start comparing yourself to other people. When you start and the people who ever made it in life are original people. They're not people who go copying other people. Yes. So stop, look at your life, look at what you stand for, what you believe in, and let your social media be about that. Sometimes when you start doing other people, competing with people all over, you get lost because their path is not your path. Sindio? Stop comparing yourself. Be original. Be what you believe in, the things you stand for. Let that also be a representative of you, even on these social media sites and everywhere else. So as I finish about waiting and about waiting when you're single, there are good people, and I said that there are good people out here. There are good people. Do not rush. Do not rush. Like sometimes, sometimes they say in Kikuyu, they say drought of famine is worse when it's coming to an end. So that time you will feel like you want to settle down, and then married men are coming with their money and their promises and their bullshit that their wives don't do, blah blah blah. Do not cave in. Stand with your truth, know what you want. Nobody is perfect, but there are things you cannot compromise on. For example, me, I want a God-fearing man. I was brought up as a Christian. There are things I could not compromise on. I also wanted someone who's very generous because I feel like I'm giving. I'm also an empath. I wanted someone who would give in return. I just didn't want a taker because I'd dated takers before. Yeah, so it's a good ride. Please work on yourself. It pays. Read books and make yourself happy. Those things, sometimes we rush because you're so lonely. Nataka ani hug, nataka niambie nainai. Jiambie hiyo nainai. Aya, who is this? Let me now look at. But then I like it when you state that you should put yourself first and working on one's self-esteem. Self-esteem is so important, by the way. And let me say this. You date according to your level of self-esteem. Self-esteem is how you feel about yourself. Self-confidence is what people see out here or what you portray out here. But self-esteem is, what do I think about myself as Modoni? Do I really value myself? Do I think I'm worthy of these things? So You date according to the level of your what? Self-esteem. So for singles, for those who are asking me what to do when you're waiting, please work on loving yourself, on valuing yourself, on your self-worth. Personally, I had a disease, and that's the video I'll do tomorrow. I had a disease of people pleasing. Where I would forego my values and everything to make the other person happy. I don't know if sometimes you find yourself like that, and it's because I had low self-esteem. Like I didn't think my values, my opinions were important. And please go back and watch a video I talked about self-esteem. Self-esteem comes from our upbringing. Most of us, especially Africans, especially as Kenyans, as children, as kids, we don't have a voice. You cannot say no. You can only say yes, and then you're dismissed. You cannot even say what course you want to do in school. It's dictated to you. So by the time you're growing up, you grow from that place of like helplessness, like you don't have a say in this world. It's okay, we're not pushing blames, because like I say, the trauma we have, our parents also went through trauma, and if you don't break it, if you don't heal, you pass it to your children. So that's why we are doing this, so we don't pass it over. Sindio? Jennifer Ndongo, self-confidence. I am working on this. Oh, yes. Catherine Wanjiko, talk about overthinking. Oh my God, I don't know if I want to talk about this because I overthink so much. Catherine, I overthink so much. Sometimes I can replay. Sometimes I have an argument with my man. I can replay it in my mind. I replay it until we've gone, I don't know where. Until now, it's here. I don't want to talk so much, but I overthink so much, and I'm all still trying to learn. But the important thing I've mastered with overthinking is being mindful, being in the moment, because overthinking is creating scenarios in your head, and then you kind of go to those scenarios. Sometimes I create scenarios. I used to create them back. Something is happening to me. Nothing is happening to me. I'm just overthinking. There's a video I spoke about negative thoughts. Most overthinkers overthink negative things, and then I used to overthink negative things. Alafu nashikwa na anxiety. Whole story. So I still overthink. The important thing is to focus on the moment and also to catch yourself. So sometimes I'm overthinking, I'm going bananas. So and so, this and this has happened to my who. Oh, there is morning. Sometimes you can overthink really crazy things, even death and even bad situations. But I catch myself. Najambia, hey, Modani, like I wake myself up. What are you doing? Can you come back to life? Come back here. And then I focus on my breathing. Sometimes I touch my fingers like this. I just bring myself to the moment. I'm still trying to understand why I overthink, but it's not something unheard of. Normal people overthink. Everybody can overthink, so it's okay. Don't beat yourself so much, Catherine. I'm also working on myself. I'm also working towards healing. Healing is a never-ending journey. You will, even when you feel you're at a good place. I feel like I'm at a good place where I'm more self-aware of what's happening to me. And also, guys, let me tell you this. Please find your inner child. There's a video I talked about it, because for me, the exercises about finding my inner child were that video I talk about, the hypnosis, going back in my childhood, finding that abandoned girl, Mudhoni, the small one, bringing her to my heart and carrying her with me all over. Because you know what? The inner child is this person who lives. The inner child is the person who enjoys life. It's not the long, it's not the tall Mudhoni, it's not the slay mama you see all over. The person who enjoys life is the small girl, the girl who had dreams, the girl who went through because when you left her there, sometimes when you go through trauma, you kind of zone out, and then you just grow up, and you just it's not a good thing to have. And let's just heal for our children. Let's not pass our trauma to our kids. Sindio? Yeah. So overthinking hufanya mse akuwe na ulcers. Yes, Naomi. Do you know I don't know, I can't remember niliambiwa inaitwa nini na therapist wangu. She told me it's called something where sometimes I overthink and then I get pain. It stopped. I used to get pain on my neck and in my head in a flash hivi. at the same time. I will comment here if you used to get, I used to overthink so much, and then I get that. I'm working towards stopping by doing what I've talked about, mindfulness. Yes, and every day I do small things. Things I read about, things I talk about. Like today I bought a new book. It's called, where is my book? I won't tell it after. Before I finish this video, I'll show you. I do things to constantly improve myself, to constantly be better. Brenda, to talk about social media bullies. I've spoken about them, Paka. Let me tell you, I've come to the acceptance. Not everybody will like me. Not everybody is on my team. Not everybody will support me, and that's okay, because I also don't think about, I don't like everybody. I'm looking at your comments, so they're confusing me a bit. So I also don't like everybody. I also am not a fan of everybody. However, there are people who really need to grow up, because the fact that I'm not a fan of everyone doesn't mean I go abusing them, insulting them, and doing those things. I've learned to create a safe space. If I put, for example, some of the content I talk about here, if I upload it on my social, if I extend it to my social media pages, there's a lot of hatred there. I've stopped. Sometimes I don't look at the comments, you guys. Sometimes I don't look at those comments, especially on my like FB account. I've tried to block that negativity. That's what negativity. Sometimes I block people one after the other, one after. I don't. Sometimes I come to the comments, I won't even say anything. Block, 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 block. Yeah. And also work towards loving yourself. Work towards having a support system that's in your team. People, I was told, social media will never ati now ati Facebook sasa imeokoka, now it's good. Instagram will never be ati everybody now likes you. But you have to really love yourself on behalf of them. Love from other people should just be a bonus. Not everybody will like you. Some comments will sting. Some people will be so mean. Block them and move on. I've also realized some bullies just come comment on my page, mean things, go to another page, another page, mean things, and move on with their life. They come comment bullshit na wanaendelea kuosha vyombo, wanaenda kwa shamba, wanafanya nini? So you find that you're stuck on that comment, and that person already moved on with their life. Yeah. And I don't know why we really like to focus on the negative ones. Sometimes I get a lot of very good feedback, but then the one negative thing somebody said is what constantly rings in my mind. I don't know if you guys get that. So Mary B, you have a nice name. Nimekumiss. Thank you, Mudhoni. Oh, thank you. I miss you too. You guys, I should do something about, there's an app I was told where if someone wants to talk to me, you can call live with a video. I will start doing those things because I also want to see you guys. Olivia Onyango, many a times I feel like I have a lot of potential in me, but I'm pressing it inside. Yes. How do I learn to express myself freely? Many a times I feel like I have a lot of potential in me, but I'm pressing it inside. How do I learn to express myself freely? I think it comes down to knowing you're the most important person in your life. And also how to stop people pleasing. Knowing what you want and going for it for your life. I'm the most important person in my life, so I will go for whatever I want. I said, Onyango, let me tell you, before I started my YouTube channel, it took me like a year because I was not very confident. And then also the kind of content I wanted to do here, I didn't know if people were going to take me seriously. And then I was also scared of bloggers because I talk a lot about my personal life. I was really not confident. But then I asked myself, why am I living my life thinking about what will make other people happy? What about my happiness? What about what makes me comfortable? So I think for me, it's going back to that place where you know you're the most important person in your life and working towards wanting to give yourself the best and towards making yourself happy. It's not gonna be easy, and you know some of the best fruits don't have like if you want your life to really be smooth, to really be happy, you're gonna have to make some very tough decisions, Onyango. And also, thank you for saying that. I realize I'm an empath. Like I'm very empathetic, and I also have the people-pleasing disease, which I'll talk about tomorrow, where you want to please other people, you forget about yourself. And so when you're like that, it's very easy for people to abuse you because, like I've said, abusers abuse victims. So what do? You stop being a victim and stand up for yourself. Sweetie, it's not going to be easy. But if you want to be happy, if you want to make decisions that are good for your life, you have to speak up, stand up for yourself. But baby, before that, you have to give yourself those affirmations. You have to really do the work to know what you deserve for yourself, to know you deserve the best and want to go for it. Wanting to go for it can mean you have to stand up for other people and tell them, this is what I want for my life. I have this potential. I want a pay rise. I have these skills. This is what I want for my life. You have to get to a place where you want the best for you and you know you deserve it. So I don't know what exactly it's about. Also, you can go for counseling. You can go for therapy to also help you build the self-esteem and the confidence. Like for me, I went for therapy, and I say that all the time. I went for therapy. It's actually I think after therapy, I started getting confidence. I started understanding I have my place in this world and I'm gonna own it. You know. So if you feel it's too much for you, if it's dragging you behind, you feel like you're sitting on your potential, you can go see a therapist or a counselor. That video I spoke about my therapist journey. I have written some numbers of therapists. Please go and look for someone if you need more. So I hope I've helped you. Binti Sana. Oh, I love your name. Your inner child must heal for you to successfully launch into your next level of growth. Oh, I love you already. Yes, healing your inner child is so important. It is so. If you can't go for therapy. Oh, someone sent me a DM and said, sijui kanisa gani wanapeana nini bure. I will look at it and then I will pin it at the comment section after I'm done with this. Nini. Okay, Miriam Mwangi. Nini switch every. I don't know what you're asking. Winnie Mburu huku sitawai toka. Oh, thank you. By Sarah taking notes. Please recommend good books. Yes, there's a video I did about my 3 favorite books. The book that changed my life is a book by a guy called Daniel Chidiak. It's called Who Says You Can't? You Do. It is so amazing because it gives you assignments. I love that author is so tough. They tell you, ukimaliza hii chapter, they tell you like, after this chapter, you cannot go to the next one before you do the assignment. And it was so good. And then I had to write so much about affirming myself, what I like about myself, about yes, Anne Gadhogo, she says Sitam Valley Road, they offer free therapy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for anybody. And please, Anne, please comment. Let me look at your name here. Yes, Anne Gadhogo. Please comment the video. Oh, even Sitam, Miss Eunice, hi. You say even Sitam Buruburu offer free counseling. Please comment on the video I spoke about therapy. Please comment down below and say that, because people want help and sometimes they cannot afford things. These things sometimes can be very expensive. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying that. Where was I? Ebu remind me. Do you like tucking things after a quarrel when it's fresh, or you cool off then handle? Thank you, Kezia Kirigo. This is a good question. Do you like handling things, tackling things after a quarrel when it's fresh, or you cool off then handle it? When I handle it when it's fresh, I will start crying. I will be so dramatic. I will be so emotional. I will start wailing. I am learning to take a minute to calm down. And now that I'm self-aware, I can be able to even tell my partner, okay, babe, I understand where you're coming from. Just give me some time and then we can talk about it later. Is it okay if I just take time? Or I can be like, okay, give me a minute, I will call you back. Learn to, by the way, it is so important to take that minute. Don't wait till next time. Don't wait for a week. Learn to solve it if you can the same day. If you can the same day or within that timeline. But it's very advisable to take a minute after an argument. Yes, because like I've said, I can be very emotional. So when someone does something to me, and then sometimes how things happen to you or situations happen to you, and immediately you jump to the victim mentality. You jump to the victim corner. Oh, you are doing this to me, you're doing this. Before you even look at the situation critically, you're already a victim. I am those people who things happen and I feel like people are doing things to me. So learn to take a minute And then when you're so mad, like Mimi, I'm those people who are mad. And then when I start talking, then my voice starts shaking, and then I start looking crazy. So I have learned to take a glass of water, take some water, pace across the room. I'm learning not to talk when I'm really angry, because sometimes I don't know how to handle my emotions. And it's normal, it's okay, it's normal human behavior. There's nothing wrong with you. So thank you so much for this question. Take a minute, take some water. Also, sometimes when I'm so angry, I try to focus on why I am angry at that person. Because sometimes when I'm angry at a soldier, watchman amenikazia kuingia ama ameniambia sijui nini, and then I'm so angry. Sometimes when someone triggers so much and they're not so much in my life, it has something to do with, there's a part of me that's insecure, you know. There's a part of me that feels siwezi ambiwa hivyo, you know, maybe it's an ego or a pride thing. So I try for those maybe soldier, ama umepatana mama wa soko amekwambia sijui nini, and then you're so mad, now you'll be mad the whole day. Now that one, you really need to evaluate yourself, because they're triggering a part in you that's really, that you need to heal, or that you need to look at critically. They can say mean things to you, and for a minute you'll be like, hey, but then that should not proceed. Now the whole day you're mad at your boss, you're mad at your house help, you're mad at your, now you're not talking to anyone because a woman shouted at you in the market. When it happens, sometimes it happens to me and I'm so angry. I'm like, I don't even know their name, but I'm so angry at them. And then I can be able to call myself out and be like, okay, breaks, what's not happening, Modoni? So, but when people do things to you, when you get angry, when you feel like you just want to snap, you just want to tell them it's over, you know, those things we do. Take a minute, take a glass of water and tell them, by the way, I hear you, but can you just give me some time? I had not thought about it at this point. I don't like what you've done, but let's talk about it later. Take a minute. And let me tell you one thing you will realize. The things you would have said that minute, you will not say the same things 30 minutes from that incident. You will not. And I said about this. Also, looking at your emotions, master your menstrual cycle for women. There are days we are very emotional. Sometimes you can wreck a whole relationship, or you can get fired because of that hormonal imbalance. Master your cycle. So we continue. So it's okay. You will get angry. Take a minute. Especially, I told myself when I was single, I've gone back to Brenda Tito. When I was single, I told myself, I will not be the reason my other relationship will not work. I will not come between me and my happiness because of stupid mood swings, because I cannot handle anger, because I cannot handle a simple argument. I said I will not want to find myself in a situation where a simple argument, we're arguing about something, and now my friendship with you is on the line. I don't want those friendships. I don't want to walk on eggshells in my life. Yes. So how do you handle pressure of your family if your small sister is married and yet you're not? Sweetheart, my younger sister got married at 20 years. Yes, and I am here at 32. I'm just not even married. I'm getting married in a few months. Why do you have... Okay, I didn't have pressure from myself. I had pressure from other people. Like I told you guys, there's a time my grandmother was like, by December, usikuja hapa bila mtoto, Christmas. And that time it was actually in June. So she was telling me, December don't come without a baby. So you guys, biologically, it's not even possible. I wouldn't, even if I was to get pregnant that day of June, I would not have had a baby by December. But so that's some of the pressures that came. So what do you want for your life? Do you just want marriage, or do you want to be happy? Do you want to make good decisions for yourself? Because the person who's telling you that, like those people who tell you, pata mtoto hata kama hutaolewa. I had so many people, my aunties told me that, and I'm like, I don't want. Like, if you want to have a baby, go have. Don't come and bring the stress to me. So what do you want for yourself? What do you want? Because people are rushing to get married, and then after 1 year, I'm not saying it cannot end, but do yourself the due diligence of going through the dating process, dating for someone to get to know them, even for yourself, for your own sanity. Cindy, what do you want? Ask yourself, what do I want for myself? Mimi, I want to take my time. If someone comes along and they're God sent, I feel they have good character, it's someone I want in my life long term, well and good. So if I'm just getting douchebags and losers and people who just want to abuse me and take my money and just toxicity, then I'd rather not get married. Don't waste yourself because of other people. Let me tell you, they will rush you to get married, but who will deal with the consequences? Who will be maybe in that crazy marriage? You're the one who will face the shame. So know what you want for yourself and only work towards that. Pressure itaishi kuwa huku nje. It's always been here, especially when now me I had pressure from all over, like my fans and everybody. Hey, mtoto anakwanga mzoni, anakwanga na mtoto. I think akona watoto wawili. I think as in people want to discuss your personal life like it's their business, like that's what they eat at the end of the day. But I had to look at my life and tell myself, I am not gonna make mistakes that people are making, rushing. I'm not gonna be unhappy to make other people happy. I'm not gonna be. Sindio? Make yourself happy. Give yourself the best. If you need to go for therapy, if you're single for such a long time and you're feeling like it's dragging, go for therapy. You guys, me, I would go for therapy for anything. Seek happiness. There are people who are trained to help you deal with these things. Take advantage of them. You can go for therapy, sweetheart, but please do not rush into anything because people are telling you, because people are saying, pata tu mtoto. If it's not something you want to do, don't rush to do. Because maybe I didn't want to have a child out of wedlock, and I did not, as in, and then everybody was like, pata mtoto kwanza. Kwa nini? I didn't say I wanted. So what's the pressure with other people? Sweetheart, it's okay, yeah? It's okay. So how do you handle, how do you handle relatives that are so arrogant, criticize, and always come to your house every time? You tell them to stop coming to your house. You tell them to come to your house, to call you before they come to your house. Put boundaries. Put boundaries. And I said the last time, when you put boundaries, you will lose relatives, you will lose friends, you will lose people who just wanted to use you. But people who are genuine in your life, they will not leave because they understand what it's like to have boundaries. And also, I don't have to talk to you because you're my relative. You know, some relatives, if they were not your relatives, they would never even be your friends. You would never even talk to them. So it's okay, sweetheart. You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to pick their calls. Mimi, I like, my peace of mind is so pricey. Like, mimi siwezi taka kitu inaniharibia mood. At least no, I'm crazy. I cannot concentrate at work because my relatives are telling me what I will block you from my life. You are the most important person in your life. Put boundaries, sweetie. I'll do a video one of these days, how to say no without feeling guilty. But please put boundaries. Put boundaries. Okay, who is this? Sitaki kuangalia hapa because nachonekana light. I really needed this information like yesterday. I feel like I found you too late. Oh, Miriam Nyakio, there's nothing that comes too late in your life. It comes at the right time. Sometimes I say, you know, sometimes people are like, hey, unajua umefika that is na hujaolewa. I think this thing is happening at the right time when I am already adequate for that. You know, sometimes you might find people in your life, but you're not adequate for them. You know, uta mess up kabisa, utaharibu your relationship. But then sometimes the reason things have not happened is because you're not ready for it. I think God just knows the right time. It's never too late, sweetie. And that is, sometimes I tell myself, maybe this is how my life was supposed to turn out, because I don't think I would have wanted to settle down at a better time than now. Shiro Gitari, oh, I have missed a lot. No, you have not missed that much. We're here, by the way, we're here till whatever time. That was my point, knowing your purpose in life. Yes, knowing your purpose in life is so important. Because you imagine living your life a lie and then you go to heaven, then God tells you are supposed to be something else and you are completely something totally different. It's good to find your purpose. There's a video I did about finding your purpose with an amazing man called Chris Kahuria. And the most important thing about finding your purpose, the reason we're not finding our purpose, we don't know what we need to do, is because we are too busy in the noise. We are too busy on social media. Hey, nimeenda kwa nani? Ooh, clubbing. Ooh. And it's like sometimes I can be dramatic. Sometimes you're too noisy, but God speaks through you when you're silent. Let God use you. Let God uses people. God uses people. Let the power of God use you. You can only find your purpose when you stop the noise. When when you're quiet, that's when I'm quiet, I have the best time with myself. Like, I have the best time. I think about myself. Sometimes I talk to myself. Sometimes I'm just, yeah. So learn the power of solitude, taking time away from the noise. Listening to God's voice. Sometimes God is talking to us, but we are too busy listening to nonsense. Yeah. So who is this? Mudhoni, I've been your silent follower. Hi, Penta Wambui. Hey, Penta. You guys have nice names. Muthoni, I've been your silent follower and I've learned a lot, especially about self-love and not letting anyone. Yes, yes. And I also say, when I talk about boundaries, excuse me, when I talk about not encouraging negativity in your life, also when you come from a place of love, when you learn to love yourself, you learn to put boundaries in kindness. Like you don't have to be like I don't want to say, you don't have to be so mean and so crazy. When you love yourself, everything you do comes from a place of love. You're able to enhance those boundaries. You're able to tell your friends no without even breaking the friendships. You're able to stand up for yourself without making other people feel less of themselves. Yeah. So pia mimi niliget mtoi cause ya pressure. This is Grace Gushu. My shosh always tell me niache kutumia FP, family planning. Then aunts wakaingililia. Right now nalea mtoto pekee. I'm 28 years old. Oh, Grace, everything happens for a reason, mama. Everything, just work on yourself, and also please don't have baby number 2 like that. Take your time. Yeah, take your time. It's okay, mama. It's okay. And thank you for sharing that. So everybody else who's going through that pressure can learn also from that. Hey girl, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. Take your time, but don't wait too long. Move on when the right time comes. What did Sylvia say? Because I see someone comforting her. I'm struggling with anger issues. At times feel like I can explode, get sweaty. Thanks for sharing this, cause Nancy, if I was also very angry. I was very angry. I was so angry. Please go for therapy. Please go for therapy. I would get angry and then I would start crying. I would be a mess. Go for therapy. If you can. And there are people who've said sitam buruburu and sitam somewhere else. Counseling is free, or therapy. If you can't pay someone, if not, go where they're doing it for free so you can get help. Don't struggle with some of these things, sweetie. There are people who can help you. Sawa, don't just keep quiet. It's okay. It is okay. Oh, Viola Mideva. Oh God, Violet is such a nice name. I really love you, my sister. Thank you. Your messages, guys, keep me going. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, nimechoka na hiyo kitu. You know, it's normal human behavior, but I feel like it fills me up. It makes me feel, it brings me joy to do what I'm doing here. Sometimes I'm like, I share my personal experiences, and then I'm like, oh God, I'm sharing too much. But I know why I am sharing. I agree, but I want to master self-love first. When the right come. Please, Sylvia, I want to see your question, because I see everybody's talking to you, but I don't know what you are asking. Penta Wamboi, I'm glad I overcome some fears and family pressure. Right now, I can proudly enjoy my self space and rebuild my life. I love you so much. Oh, I love you right back. I love you right back. And you know, sometimes I say, you said failure is a way of God calling you out. Hey, Modoni, you know. So, and it's sometimes, you know, maybe if you didn't fail, you would be miserable. Maybe that thing would kill you. But when you fail, you can be able to sober up and be like, okay, that was wrong direction. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. So Miss Uni says, yes, all CITAMs have free counseling. You can visit from 9 a.m. Yeah. So, yeah, I really, I'm learning too how to fight anger. I'm high-tempered. Sometimes I find myself crying. Yes, Sarah Atieno, I've spoken about that. It happens. So go for therapy. And also sometimes when you get angry, take a minute. I feel sometimes the reason I also had those tantrums when especially my relationships, my God, I was such a nightmare. I would get angry over nothing and then get angry, storm out the restaurant with my handbag and then go home and then block you for 2 days. So Atieno, Sarah, I totally get. I think I was so mad because I went to boarding school when I was really young. I felt abandoned. And then my older sister, you guys, she's a doki in the US. I don't talk about her a lot. She was so clever in school. And then I was not very clever. So I felt like everybody compared me to my sister. And it messed me up, yani. Like, I felt I was not good enough. I could not level up. It was so unfair for everybody to compare me because she's 3 years older, so she was more developed. She knew more things that I did. So I think it gave me a lot of anger. Like I felt unheard. I felt like I could not level up, and it gave me so much anger. And I was not actually angry at the people who were wronging me. I was angry at myself. Like feeling like I'm not worthy. Go for therapy. Therapy really came through for me. And you know how sometimes when I went for therapy because I had gone through a breakup. But when I went for therapy, the therapist unearthed things about me I did not know about my childhood trauma, about how broken I was. Like, yeah. So please, if you can, anybody else struggling with like those anger issues, too much emotions, like you mess your friendships and everything because you have too much you cannot be able to handle. Like I could not handle a very good emotional conversation like a grown-up. Sometimes I also struggle with those things. Healing, you cannot get to a point where you're fully healed. It's a journey, like one step at a time. Sometimes I struggle with those things. Sometimes I'm so mad. When I'm mad, I don't want to talk. Then now my boyfriend is like, my fiance is like, hey, about today, I was thinking, and I'm thinking, God, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not good when it comes to these things, but I'm learning every day. Life is a journey. We get better every time. Alice, I was in a LDMR. Oh, long distance marriage relationship. Wow. For more than 10 years. When he came back last year, 7 months, I was going through hell. Oh, Paul, Alice. Paul, I hope you're getting the help you need. Seek help. Sawa, seek help. I said the reason I talk about, people are here telling me, oh, you talk about like relationships are everything, like finding a man is everything, like sijui nini. Let me tell you, some of these emotional issues can affect you to your core. People are committing suicide. People are depressed. These women are in prison because of these love triangles, because you could not handle your emotions. Because let me tell you, these emotional issues, they're the mother. You have to really be at a good place emotionally to even handle some of these other pressures. Can someone go for therapy after a breakup and some past? Because sometimes I find myself crying whenever I talk. Yes, you can. You can even go. Sometimes when you feel things are not falling into place, get help. You can. Therapy is not for people who are just. Maybe sometimes I feel just, and even right now I still go for therapy. I know I'm at a good place, but sometimes I need that. Everybody needs guidance, Penta. Everybody needs counsel. Everybody needs someone who will listen to them objectively. And that person is there to help you with a solution. Why not go? Mimi, since I discovered therapy, I said that I will not stress myself. Sylvia, you're saying, Modoni, I was saying I was in a 3-year relationship, got blindsided with a breakup I didn't see coming at all 4 months ago. The reason given was tribe, but there were deeper issues. He just wasn't that into me. Oh, I know it hurts. It hurts, Sylvia. It hurts, but probably you're better off without him. Probably you're better off. Sometimes I say, the reason I went through those toxic relationships was to make me a better person, for me to realize by the time you're dating someone toxic, there's something that's not right with you. Because like I say, they date victims. Because people, like now when I feel I'm better, healing is a journey, but I'm at a better place where I can be able to call out bullshit. I can be able to be like, oh, this does not align with me. But when you find that people do things over to you over and over again, and you still continue to take it, there's some part of you that you need to work on. So Paula, Sylvia, sorry, I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. Please seek help. Seek help. Yes, there are people who are trained to help us. Take advantage of them. Seek your own happiness. People are happy huku nje wameenda. Let me tell you, most politicians, most CEOs, most famous people out here, most people who are in this top 40 under 40 blah, I can guarantee you 99% of them have therapists. Yes, to help you deal with your life. Imagine, I don't know where this mentality of, like I remember when I started dating the narcissistic guy, he told me he had decided he wanted to go for therapy with his girlfriend. Then I was huku saying, no, us, we are fine. I should have gone for therapy, by the way. He wouldn't have wasted my time like that. Purity Maritime. Purity. Hey, you guys have nice names. Which is the right way to avoid someone you broke up with since he still keeps calling and texting? Why don't you block them? Block them. Stop giving them the attention. Block, 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 block. And if you need to stop talking to your mutual friends with them, please stop. Please stop. I mean, please stop. True healing is a process. Yes. Healing is a process, you guys. You will never, it's like self-love. You will never get to a point where I have loved myself enough, now I'm done. You have to constantly keep doing these things for yourself. You have to constantly keep reminding you where you come from, where you want to go. Sarah, you're going to talk about how to work with highly experienced people and not feel intimidated. I think it has everything to do with self-esteem and self-worth and knowing you're bringing something to the table. Work towards raising your self-esteem. Also, highly experienced people, I think also it's good to also continuously improve your skills even when you're employed. Take a public speaking class. Also read things to do with confidence. Also, yeah, this is a good one. When you want to respect yourself, when you want to be someone you will respect, when you want to really be that person you want to be, look at the character of people you admire, of your role models, and want to do what they do. What is it they do? They keep time. They're well groomed. Their presentations are on point. Do you know why they're on point? Because they rehearse. Look at those people you're saying the experience. Look at what they do. What is it that really makes them stand out? Because there are people you will work with who've done the same thing for 10 years. You've done it for 6 months, and you look and you're actually shining more than them. I don't think it's about them being there for longer. It's about mastering your craft. Look at the behavior of the people you want to be, or role models, or people you respect, or people who are a higher level than you, and look at what they do nicely. Look at maybe they're in the office maybe by 5 a.m. Their presentations have stories, how they stand, and also want to be that. If you want to respect yourself, you have to become someone you would respect. So sometimes you're like, you need to love yourself the way you are. Improve yourself every day. I am for that rule. I keep reading books. People I have followed, like on Instagram, on Facebook, are people about healing, about what I talk about here, because I realize these things are so important. Hey, you can go crazy. Muthoni, you're a blessing to many. Keep doing this. I've gone through a lot, but trusting God for better days. Yes, better days ahead. Better days ahead, Mama. Muthoni, you should, yes, it's in the works. You should write a book. I will. I most definitely will. I am working towards having a meet and greet for us, for people here on YouTube. I also have a lot of people asking me to go and do talks, maybe for women's groups, for their youth groups, for their chamas, for the single ladies, those ones. I want to start having packages for doing talks. And for the Dubai people, ever organize a trip for me over there. You're so many, you guys chat me a lot. Muthoni, I love your strength and how you stand up as a woman. You're my role model. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But it's just, you see things I talk about here, reading, self-reflection. Sometimes you find yourself, you're on your healing journey, you're doing well. Then sometimes you find you take a step back. And then sometimes I can slap myself and be like, like not literally, but they're like, Muthoni, come back to reality. Perpetua intuitive. Perpetua intuitive eating coach. Intuitive eating coach. So you're like a nutritionist. Do a video on sister wounds. It's a wound really affecting our sisterhood. I will. I know. Like I have a special place for women in my heart, because we have so much power and we give it away. We have so much power and we don't realize it. We have. But then I love, I know I have done a lot of mistakes, but there is this one which I feel bad when I remember it. Sometimes I really cry very hard. So Shiro Gitari, let me tell you, when you do something that you're not proud of, two things happen. Number one, you have shame. Number two, you have guilt. Guilt is good. Guilt means you know the right thing, but you chose this other path. Meaning, next time you will correct it, you will choose the right path. Shame is the devil. Guilt makes you look at what you've done and feel like I've done a bad thing. Shame makes you see like you're the bad person. Like, now I'm the bad person. I am a cheater. I am this and this. I did this and this. Like, with shame, you cannot be able to distance yourself from what you did. But the way to recover is to forgive yourself. Self-forgiveness is what will make you move on. And I said the exercises you can do, like write down what you did. Write down, I did this, I did this, I did this. Burn the paper and just, be like, I let it go, I let it go, I let it go. You can write it down, burn the paper, or tear it down. Also, it also starts with the willingness to want to forgive yourself. Sweetie, you deserve forgiveness. You forgive other people. Hell, God forgives us, and we do so many things, especially in darkness. He still forgives us. He still loves us. So read about self-forgiveness, how to forgive. We will make mistakes. You will do crazy things. Things you will never imagine you would have done. Learn to forgive yourself. Learn to give yourself that grace. Would only recommend us at least a therapist. I did a video on my journey with therapy. Please watch it. I've written some contacts there. Also, some other people also wrote their number, some other therapists. If you're a therapist, you're watching this, you know a therapist, you have their number, please write it down hapo kwa hiyo video ya therapy. Yeah, so thank you so much, guys. Yeah, the love is real. I can see it here. Sylvia, you say, I've been focusing on myself now. I want to master self-love first, because if I had self-love, I wouldn't be in that relationship in the first place. Yes, but don't beat yourself so much. The most important thing coming from a dark place or a bad situation, what did we say? Take the lesson. Take the lesson. The worst thing you can do to yourself, and I used to say that to myself, is repeating the same mistake over and over again. Learn from it. What is it teaching you? Mimi, it taught me so much. Like, I had a lot of healing to do. I did not love myself, because sometimes I also, things that like were done to me in that relationship, like things that were said to me and actions that were done to me, sometimes I think about it and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I took that. It's like I was numb, I can't believe I took all that. MGN Media, it's important not to make decisions. Yes, don't make decisions out of emotions. Take some water. And if you feel your anger is getting in the way of your relationships, it's getting in the way of your happiness, please seek help. Please go for therapy. Go for therapy. So thank you so much, guys, for your questions. I really appreciate. Ruth, why are you crying? Mbona unijibu akimodhoni? Okay, please put your question again. Nimepata nini mingi, I can't. Please ask your question again. Okay, Irene, is it antisocial for one not to want a lot of people in their space? No, it's not. I am an introvert. Imagine I'm an introvert. They're called introverted extrovert. Something. Kizungu sengine wananchenga. I love my space. Sometimes I just don't even want to pick anybody's call. It's okay. Sawa, it's okay. So it's okay to want to have your space. I love my space. Like, even things I talk about here, they're not things I can manufacture. I can think about or compose myself to even want to talk about that in the noise. I have to take some time to myself. And it's also that solitude time, time I'm taking to myself, is the time I use to recharge. Yeah. Have an awesome counselor. Maybe you should bring her in your show. I will. How do you handle pressure? This is Rose McKay. You need to tell God and use God's word and exercise. Yeah. So as much as we love Jesus, hello, for those who love Jesus, who say just take it to prayer, please seek help. Prayer is good, but as you pray, therapies are also important. Some of us are really going through hell and we have nowhere to go. No, Sarah, that is the story you tell yourself. You have Modoni's mission to go. You have other YouTubers who've done it. You have also free therapists we've been told about at CTAM. Don't just lock yourself with your troubles. Talk to someone who can help you. Watch easy podcasts every day. And let me tell you, sweetheart, Sarah, There's nothing you're doing that has not been done before. There's no mistake you'll make that. I'm not saying that you need to go, because you face the consequences, but whatever you've done, learn to forgive yourself, give yourself grace. It's okay. It's okay. Sarah, so look at the comments. Those are the video I did about therapy journey, and then you see whether there's someone who said about free therapy. Then you could book a session. Don't beat yourself alone, Sarah. There's help out here. There are people who are willing to help, so take advantage. You're my role model. Oh, thank you, Grace. Anafanya nisikie mashi. How does one heal after being in a toxic workplace? This one I've experienced, by the way. Toxic workplace. As in, are you still in that environment? Are you still in that environment? Because for me, I feel like the first thing that comes to my mind dealing with toxicity is number one, you can give yourself space. You can distance yourself from whatever is bringing the toxicity. Number two, also, it depends with the level. If it's messing with your physical health, if it's interfering with your work, probably need to take some time off and talk to your HR if you have a HR where you work. Also, work towards being there for yourself. Also work towards not letting what people think about you interfere with who you really are. Yeah, and also, finally, I will sing this song today. Go for therapy. Get help. Sawa. Go for therapy. You guys, you need to maximize. Kwanza, you said you're working. If you have a medical card, go for therapy. Kwani mliagree live ni leo? Yes, Simiu Dorcas. I said I will be having a catch up with you guys where we just, because I also want to hear from you guys. I will do more lives, but I just had to start from somewhere. I had to start from somewhere small. Yeah, with time, I will be coming up with one topic, and that is what we focus on. But for now, let's do a bit of catch up here and there, and then now I will structure like a whole month. I let you know this and this date. We'll talk about this. So you're ready also, Cindy. I'm also an introvert. I sometimes don't even pick calls. I enjoy being at my own space. Me too. Sometimes I put my phone on silent. Ama naiacha na huko hivyo, and I'm fine. Wamboi, I'm in a toxic workplace. Oh, Wamboi, I don't know how to handle this toxic workplace. Because I've been in a toxic work environment, it ate me up like nyam chom. Like it ate me up. If you can, I say don't kill yourself because of a job. There are other places where they're not toxic. If it's too toxic for you, start looking for an exit plan. Think about an exit plan. Also, talk to the HR, someone who can help you with that. If not, before, maybe if you're working towards living and all that, in the meantime, go for therapy, get help, talk to someone. There's a lady I see on Instagram called Joanne, the career coach. She doesn't even know I follow her. Joanne, the career coach. You guys write it down. And please go and watch her Instagram. She even talks about how to ask for a raise from your boss, toxic work environment, what not to say in an interview, blah, 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 those things. She's a career coach. Talk to Joanne. She'll guide you. Career coach on Instagram, guys. Check her out. So please, if you feel so low, come to this channel or Gmail. Oh, thank you so much. Huyu amesema hawana HR kwao. Work towards living. Work towards living that toxic. Have a plan in place. Start looking for a job. Have a plan in place. At the same time, sometimes we are the problem. Sometimes we are so self-critical. Mtu akikwambia kakitu, sasa huyu ananiambianga sijui blah blah blah. Sometimes also we have that victim thing, where we just run to things are happening to me, So probably also get professional help. Sawa, if you're in a toxic work environment, please try to get professional help. If you can be able to apply for other jobs, it's also good because some of these toxic things affect, some people who have been in toxic situations, they have medication they will take for the rest of their lives. You don't want it to get to that. Okay, if someone, say aloud again, it's not okay to receive calls. Yeah, let me tell you what self-care is like, and I will actually put this story on my Instagram. Self-care sometimes is switching off your phone and putting your music and just relaxing on the couch. Self-care sometimes is telling people, I'm in a meeting, text me back later when you're sleeping. Self-care is just having your own, is this time you really need for yourself. It's taking care of yourself. Me, sometimes I do that. Especially sometimes I receive very crazy phone calls. I'm like, you know what, just text me. I first need to see. Faith, okay. I want a human heater. Who's saying anataka sijui nini? You guys are so funny. Perpetual, you say, I was in a toxic workplace. I was stressed and it was a job not aligned. Yes, I spoke to HR, but my mental health came first. I resigned and found my purpose. It was a worthy risk. Thank you. I've also been in toxic work environment and I left. I was in a toxic, and that I was going. I was in a toxic. This is Miss Eunice. I was in a toxic workplace, and that time I was going through a 5-year breakup. It wasn't easy, but with time it gets better. I'm doing well. Got another job and even healing. Oh. Says Twitter, let's come as mkae wapi? Nitawapea carrot, mwende mkule pale kwa kona. Hi sis. No, you're not late. It's okay. That's why I had said this live will be for 2 hours. Let me look at my charge on my phone. I might probably, let me just put my phone on charge. Edit before then, but you're at the right place. That's why I wanted to do it late night. Sunday when you have time before you sleep, so that the last voice you hear, my phone is at that 7%, but I've plugged it. So my voice will be the last voice before you sleep. Oh God! And then I appear in your dreams, scaring you. This channel has helped me a lot. Maybe one day I will share my story with the world on my channel. Oh, amen, amen, amen. How do you deal with sister who only care and praise her kids? I called her to tell her of my teen son since she's 10 years older than me, and she totally ignored it and started telling me of the pregnant girl. Okay, is she the only person you can tell? Yeah, I also know those people who you want to go and tell them their issue and then they start talking about themselves. So annoying. I no longer have those friends, by the way. You have to listen to me. If you're my friend, you have to give me that attention. So what I can say is she's probably not in the right mindset to listen. Probably look for someone else. You can use there are things you cannot really, probably you can point it out to her, like, hey, I'm trying to tell you something, skiza kwanza. You know, me and my sisters, we can really bulldoze like that. But listening is not something you really pull from someone. Also, do you also listen to her, sweetheart? How much she's just behaving the way guys behave to one another. So if someone, okay. So probably point it to her, tell her, by the way, sengine nakwambianga vitu important na unisikizi. Like today I was telling you about this and this. You know, I'd really appreciate. Usikize tu alafu uniambie is how, ama sijui kitu na stress, please listen to me. Just tell her. If you feel like it happens a lot or she still is indifferent or still doesn't want to, look for someone else you can talk to. Sindio? Yeah. I mean, Winnie Mungai, I'm in a family business and it's so toxic, but I can't leave because I'm my dad's right hand. Please advise and tell them to subscribe to my new YouTube channel. Winnie Mungai, what do you talk about, Winnie? I don't conform to someone saying it's toxic, but I can't leave. Why? No, you just tell them you don't appreciate the way what they're doing to you, and if it continues, you'll have to take some time off. Why? So because you're his right hand, you're putting someone else's needs above your own. But it's making you go crazy. But you can't leave because you're his right, and he will find another right hand. Trust me. You know, sometimes we think things cannot happen without us being there. Sometimes we wear ourselves so much, being there for other people, or I have to be there. Kuna mtu mwingine anaweza fanya hii. Sweetie, the moment you drop it, someone else will pick it and life continues. Like I remember even that time I used to read news, we were being told you need to take your mental health seriously, because hata Modhani saizi ukianguka saa hiyo ni 6:30 p.m. and you know I had a bulletin at 7 p.m. we were being told by the bosses, saa hizi 6:30 p.m. ukaanguka hapa ukufe, trust me 7 p.m. kutakuwa na news. So it's the same thing I'll tell you. There are people who listen but don't hear. Yes, there are people who listen but don't hear. I'm looking at your comments, you guys. But I like this. I really like this. So thank you so much, guys, for today. Tomorrow I will have a video on the people pleasers. Like, you really want people to like you so much. You really go out of your way. Last time during the live, there's a lady who said that her boyfriend asks her for money, and if she doesn't send, anakasirika. Anakuomba pesa. Why are you even giving boyfriends money? You guys have money how? Hebu nipatieni hiyo pesa muone vile nitang'ara nayo huku nje. Mudhani hujasoma message ya right hand vizuri. Oh, guy. Sijaiona poa. I'll check it out. How to handle a breakup with a colleague. Handle it like any other. Like any. Okay, probably the hard part is that you have to see them there every day. But just don't talk about. Probably don't talk about emotional issues. And if you don't really have to talk to them, don't talk to them. Take care of yourself first. You are dating your colleague. Office romance by they can be something. Treat it like a normal breakup. Work on healing yourself, and don't. Of course, probably they might want to take advantage of the fact that you're in the same space to try to sneak it in. If you need to avoid them, please avoid them. If you don't have to talk to them, you don't have to talk to them. Your healing comes first. It's important. Take care of that. Stockholm syndrome. Yes, we amesema hiyo. Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, where you become attracted to your abuser. Like you really can't leave. You know, a lot of those people who tell me, Madhani, my husband beats me all the time, even our children. But I can't leave. I can't leave, and then I start feeling numb. Like everything else just goes. You can be better. You can be better. And sometimes leaving is not a bad thing. And I keep saying, sometimes the person who gets away is the lucky one. Mudhani, if they finance you, they control you. Nani huyo amekuja hivi? K Musioka Ruth. Hi Ruth. Mudhani, if they finance you, they control you. We have to be self-independent. To watch stories za watu za you want to stay in a toxic relationship due to certain benefits. Sweetheart, it's not even certain benefits. 99.9999% of women who tell me they're in toxic relationships and cannot leave. You know why they cannot leave? Because they don't have jobs. Oh, you know, I don't get a job. I have nothing to do. You know, now I went back to my mother, and then she told me to return to my husband. You know, if you look for a way, you will find it. But when you lock your mind to, I can't do anything, that is where you will be. Sometimes things happen to our lives because of the stories we tell ourselves in our heads. I can't do this. You can and you will. You will be better. You know, it's what also you tell yourself. It's really important. So most of those people who are in abusive relationships, because you know, when someone, by the time you're dating someone who does not want that, he asked me, and then he tell me a boyfriend asked me to, a boyfriend, as in you just, a stranger comes hitting on you after 4 months, he's asked you to leave your job and you leave it. As in, it's like you're just waiting for wind to come and blow you away. But I see, that's why we are here. We have this channel so we can help one another be better. Oh, Modhani, I met this guy. After 1 month, he asked me to have a baby. And then I decided to, what are you even? 1 month. Sweetheart. 1 month. Ama mimi ni mshamba, you guys. So, oh, thanks. You didn't tell them to subscribe to my channel. Okay, Winnie Mungai, please subscribe to Winnie Mungai's channel. African River, truly listening to you has been of help and benefit. I'm an introvert and extrovert too. I enjoy my company. I enjoy my company. Sometimes, and let me tell you, the relationship you have with yourself sets the relationship for any other relationship you have outside yourself. And by the relationship, that's why I talk about really dating yourself and getting to know you. Because I mean, when I say the relationship you have with yourself sets the relationship you have with other people. If you have a bad relationship with yourself where you tell yourself really bad things, I am so stupid, I am so ugly, I look bad without makeup. That when you have that relationship with yourself, it's an abusive relationship. You're toxic to yourself. It sets the tone for other relationships. But when you have a good relationship with yourself, where like you have those affirmations, please say them. Sometimes I can be crazy. Huko nje niko zile za Muthoni, I love you. Yes. So tell yourself nice things. Look at what is working in your life. Look at your strongholds. Sometimes as women, we have body confidence issues. Like we always look at, hey, niko na kisogo sana, or like I said, I was bullied so much because of my nose, because it's so pointed, and I was so self-conscious about that. And sometimes when you look in the mirror, that's the first thing you see, what you don't like about yourself. So I have learned to look at what I like about myself, why I'm amazing. The relationship you have with yourself will set the tone for this other relationship. If you have a healthy, beautiful, amazing relationship, that is what you will have out here, because you don't know what toxicity is. You're very good to yourself, so you can't stand someone else being toxic and crazy to you. How do you deal with an ex? My ex wanasumbua huku, sindio? How do you deal with an ex who keeps contacting you, yet you try to heal and move on, and every time we talk, I'm left with so much anxiety after talking to him. It was a painful 5 years. Why are you talking to him? It did not hurt you. When you are not talking to him, it does not hurt. You don't have anxiety. When you talk to him, it hurts you. You're crying and you have anxiety. So why are you talking to him? Choose your peace. And let me say something. Some people tell me, I've dated this person for 6 years. I've dated this person for 10 years. I don't want to throw that away. It's been so abusive, but how can I throw 10 years away? So you want another 10 years, another 12 years of bad relationship. You want another 10 years and 1 month of a bad relationship. So if it was toxic, end it. You want another 10 years of a bad relationship. Is that what you want? What is it? Because if it's already toxic, it's abusive, it's already been that 2 years. You want an extra 6 months of that. Is that what you're looking for? Of course not. And it's never too late to start over. Sometimes this is a story I was telling myself, and this is a story you're telling yourself. The person who was in a 5-year relationship, 10-year relationship, you're scared of starting over from scratch. Like sasa uanze kuruzunguka huku ukiulizwa, what is your favorite color? Where did you go to school? You know what? That's what dating is about. Like I was crazy about that. I even had those memes where I was feeling like going back to the dating site, and then I started getting to know people, and then I go back from scratch, and then it's gonna take me another 2 years, and then now that's another 4 years wasted. Wapi? You will find someone, it won't even take them long to know they want to be with you. And actually, for most people who date for such a long time, like even 10, you find that you take your time, you heal, maybe that 2-3 years you heal. The next relationship is the real relationship. After 3, 4, 5, 6 months, 1 year, you're already serious with that person. They know they want you for life. So it's the story you tell yourself. So usiseme ati juu umeka kwa relationship 5 years na imekuwa mbaya ati hutaki kutoka. Unataka 6 years of bad relationship. Ama okay, hiyo hesabu inakusaidia na nini? First of all, 6, 7, unajua nimekaa miaka 8. Yeah, I'm an introvert and extrovert too. I enjoy my company too. Okay. Some of such ladies, their hobbies hawataki wakuwe wanawake. Yes, because it's an abusive tactic. Because they want to render you powerless. And when someone tells you not to work, or they don't want you to have access to money, is because they want to control. It's not money per se as much as it is control. They're trying to control you. And people who, like, I think 99% of people in domestic violence cases, in those relationships, there are elements of financial abuse. I spoke about financial abuse. If you're going through this, please watch that video. This is Wamboy, Wams me. You're saying you can't date for more than a year. You'd rather stay alone. Even me, I told myself that. When I went through my healing, I was like, I don't have 2 years to waste with a guy. Like after the first day, if I feel like let me tell you, sometimes we give so much power to them until you're waiting for him to propose. Like you're not supposed to look and see if he's right for you. Like it's like he has all the power. So I had told myself, if after a year I realize I feel like I don't want you as my husband, I will just cut it off. Because I had another relationship I stayed for 4 years. Before the toxic one, I was in another one, another bad one. I stayed for 4 years. That one, I would not have wanted that guy to marry me. Even if of course, he had tried other things I didn't want. And then I came to this other one for 2 years. And then after that one, I was telling myself, the next relationship, I don't have that much time to waste. Because after 6 months, you're already mature. If you're maybe in your late 30s, early 30s, late 20s, you already know what you want. If it's not that, you cut it off, you start over again. How do you deal with the next? Okay, hiyo nimekwambia. Kama una deal na huyo ex na anakuletea stress, stop dealing with them. Prioritize your happiness. Prioritize your peace. Oh, a mixture of an introvert and an extrovert is called an ambivert. Oh, wait, hapa ni class. Thank you, Gatungo Wamboi. Much love, Muthoni. Your lessons are. Thank you. Mary B, Kamau, if you don't know what you want in a relationship, just don't date. Yes, because you will waste yourself so much. Utachukua tu chenye unapewa because ya ujui unataka kuchukua nini. I think as women, there is an age that you get around 27-ish, then start being paranoid and end up rushing, getting married to the wrong people. It comes without even realizing. It's called desperado. Desperado is a drink. It's called desperation. It's called being desperate. And you know what? Why women in their late 20s get like that? Even early 30s, you can find very desperate women. It's because of their biological clock. But then you rush to your failure. Why are you rushing to failure? I walk away. I think Sarah Aten, I walked away from a toxic marriage of 12 years. Oh my God. It was hell on earth. Now I'm single, focusing on my life. Now I'm single for 8 years and I feel I'm very much okay. Sarah, thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much. I had the best times of my life when I was single. I say that a lot. I did so well even financially. I focused on me. I think that's why I focused on me, on my healing. I took myself to nice retreats. I watched nice movies. Like I was really crazy about spoiling myself. I had a really good time. And before that, I was of the mentality that, now I'm single again. I became single when I was 28. I've just turned 28. I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. But then I was so happy and I was single. Even when I started dating, like the guy I'm dating right now, I wasn't desperate. I didn't even feel like, hey, this has to lead into marriage. You know how sometimes we're crazy. I didn't have that at that point because I had already been single. I had already tried to date myself and all that. But then how long should it take to know someone? Because some people can hide their characters. I think probably after 3 months you can get comfortable, but in 6 months you should already know them. Sometimes you're saying people can hide their characters. I also don't understand, especially Christian relationships. You're very churchy. Forgive my word. You can be very churchy. Watu wa church hawa date. Unapatana na mtu. Okay, let me please just talk about this. Please be celibate because you want to be celibate. Don't be celibate and then when a man just shows up from nowhere and tells you they want to marry you, in 2 months you're rushing to marriage so you can rush to have sex. I don't know if I'm making sense. Point is, get to know people before it actually gets there. Get to know them. 3 months, you can actually get comfortable with them, but 6 months, you should know who you're dating. 6 months, you should know who you're dating. I find some people telling me it's been a year. Sometimes he switches off his phone for a week. Sometimes, sweetheart, you're in a relationship alone. Dhoni, How long should it take to know? Yeah, 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months. Yeah. Actually, guys, men know with like in the first like 2-3 months, they already know if they're gonna have you long term, or if they're gonna be serious with you, if they're gonna keep their promises, they already know. So 3 to 6 months. Yes, Wambo. I don't know, is Wams. Wams me. I don't know if that's pronounced like that. I don't want to mess your name. Forgive me if that's not the right pronunciation. Date like an interview. Ask questions. Questions within short time you will know. Ask questions and also observe. Observe, because some people are very good when it comes to answering questions. But you have to also look at their actions, because if their actions are not matching what they're saying, then they're just manipulating and lying to you. But it's so true. Chachi au madem wa church sana. You just meet a choir, huyo mtu wa keyboard or the drum guy. They just tell you, I've been looking at you for the last 5 years and I think you can be my wife. After that, kuru 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 kuru, rurashio kuru kuru kuru, church wedding. Then what happens next? By the time you're getting married, you realize like 4 choir ladies are already pregnant for him. You realize that there are thoughts that happen like that and they work, but please don't gamble with your life like that. Don't. So get to, sometimes other pastors say, don't date them for too long. I'm not saying, I also don't have 2 years to waste dating anybody. And I knew that, but take your time. Give it even 6 months. Give it at least 6 months before, you can get to that. So talk about sex while single and abstinence. I think that is a personal choice, really. I would say it's a personal choice because it depends with your values. It depends with what you want for yourself. It depends with a lot of things. So I don't think I would tell someone, do this, don't do this. So long as you're careful, so long as you don't do things because of the other person, so long as you don't do something to keep, so that you can keep them, so that they don't run away. I have to have a baby by them. I have to go to his house over the weekend. So long as you don't do it because of pressure. Because there are people who also don't want to get married. So those ones, there are people who are not abstaining because they don't want marriage. They just want to be in a relationship with someone. They just want that companion. So those ones are not really like, abstaining and all that. But probably if you're looking at marriage, you can choose to go that way. But just also make sure that your partner is also the same way. Like, you don't go getting men in clubs, in parties all over, drunk, and then you talk of abstinence and you hear abstaining alone. Sindio? If you want to abstain, please get someone who is on the same level as you. And if you're abstaining, if you're a virgin, if you're abstaining, trust me, there's someone just like that for you. But stand with your truth. When you cannot be, you want to wait till marriage, and then now when you start being catured by a cute guy who has a lot of money, you just give it. Tell them. If you don't want to have sex before marriage, tell them, by the way, I'm at a point in my life. Or tell them, I don't have sex before marriage. I believe it's a sin. My values don't allow me. I'm waiting to give you the flower during our wedding night. Just say it. I'm just making fun of it. But if that is what you want for your life, stand with your truth. Yes. Ile ya kuotewa. Who's this Nini K? Hi Nini. So ati wale wasichana wa kanisa, mtu asikuotee. Ati unajua, I had a dream you're supposed to marry Kinuthia. Do not date them. Get to know where they will be in 5 years. Get to know how they have learned in their relationships. Get to know what they think about marriage and their husband roles, what they want, what they envision their marriage to be. Ask them those questions. Get to know them. Don't go to their house to cook for them in their house. Go on dates. Actually, I want to talk about this. So for those ladies who say, I met this guy, but he's not asking me out. He asked me to go to his house, we chill. Don't do those chill things. Those are for him and the boys. And chill is also for you and the girls. If someone wants to know you, let them date you. Let them date you. Was this talking about Wababa? Ever let me see who you're talking about. How about this? Today you're dating, tomorrow kwa courtship, then boom, single again. I thought they will, sweetie, they will happen a lot. They will happen a lot. Just don't settle for ati ndio ikuwe ati hau break up sana. Don't settle ndio ikuwe ati hii imekaka sana. If you feel it's not right, sweetie, it's interviews. How many people do company interview for these job opportunities? Thousands. So long as you're not going there to just give your body and to start investing your feelings, get to know people. It's okay. You get to know someone, three weeks, you realize they have a wife or they have children they are not told you about, or they are atheists. You drop it. You move on with life. Don't stay there if you feel it's not right. Don't stay ati ndio isikue ati umepatana na wengi sana hii mwaka. Alafu also, if umepatana na wengi sana, probably you're the problem. Probably take some time, reevaluate yourself, work on yourself a bit before jumping back in again. Yeah. How about this? Today you're okay. I'm sort of talk about sex while single and abstinence. I think it's a personal choice. What I can say is, if you want to do something, don't do it because of the other person. Do it because you want. If you want to abstain, it's okay. Stand with that truth. Sawa. Na ukiambia mtu hapo anza kukwambia hizo vitu ziliishanga, drop them like a hot potato. Anna Teresa, you're saying you're late. Faith Kirimi, if you want heart attack, date young guys. Well, okay. Faith, who do you want to date? Okay, I also had a problem dating younger guys than me. So, as in, unaona tu wako wanafanya vitu za utoi. No offense if you're a younger guy. No offense. I just wanted maturity. And then I got to a point where I wanted marriage. I wanted more. So I didn't want anybody younger. Alafu tuanze kuulizana ehe. So some men can't wait for years to get to you in bed. Be careful. Yes, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna be abstain like that, don't just meet someone the first day and start telling them you're a virgin and singing about it on social media. You don't know these sons of Adam, what sometimes they can do. Get to know them. When you get to a comfortable point, tell them by the way, Mimi, I don't do sleepovers to men's houses. I am keeping myself pure for my husband. I like my garden is pure like that, and I want to do that when my values allow me, when we are married, when it gets to that point. So don't sell yourself short. Some men can wait for years. Hizi stories za church we I'm so serious by the way. Church ladies, unajua wengi ni wa innocent. Meishi kuimba kwaya, ujui maanisha huku nje kwa ground vile ni kumoto. So when the first guy comes to hit on you and you're a virgin at 24, you just want to rush immediately. Take your time with this man. It is a scam. Hata usiongee chachi guys. And you know, my therapist aliniambia hivi. Beware of people who come to you with so much spirituality. Nataka kukukatia amen. You know, like they're putting Jesus in every statement. Like, unajua mimi nikiwa nimeota usiku nilikuona kwa mawingu. Be wary of those people. This is not a spiritual thing. This is me and you. It's a world affair we are talking about here. Be wary of, because some pastors are very toxic, but most these toxic guys hide it under the spirituality. So when you meet people who are too spiritual, take a minute to try to see beyond the bullshit, beyond them hiding behind that. Be careful. I'm not saying you should not date church people. I'm saying date them like everybody else. Take them through the interview. Know their character, what they believe in, and those things. Yeah. Thank you, Eunice. Tina wababa. Wachana na wababa. You know, because they will never leave their wives. People keep asking me, Aki wababa. Wababa, at me, I attract married men. You don't attract married men. You choose them. Because they are here like hungry lions. They're all over and they're so shameless. I think they have way more confidence than younger guys. I think because they have nothing to lose, they already have a wife at home. Ukisema no anaendea tu njeri ama anybody else. So don't date them. They will never leave their wives, and you will feel you're eating their money, like you're wasting their time. but they're wasting your time. You know, they already have their families, they have their maybe finances in order. Wewe uko hapo una waste time na wao. That's what I think. Yeah, it's really hard to tell, take your time. Wacha nisiongee sana, maybe yako hapa. Nani yako hapa mbaba? So yeah, first be friends before anything else. Date your best friend. Yes, Njeri, date your best friend, but it does not mean the men you're friends with are the people you're supposed to date. Work towards having a friendship. I have dated, like the narcissistic guy I dated, I did not like him. I don't even know why I was dating him. I don't know if you guys have found yourself in situations where you dated someone you did not like. Like that guy was not my friend. He would not have been my friend. He was judging me constantly. I was always defending myself. He was not a nice person. He was not a good friend. So please work on. Thank you. Who said about friends? Jerry. Thank you for that, Jerry. What's your take on entanglements, Mudhoni? What exactly is an entanglement? Okay, you know, there's that space between you're not in a relationship, but you're beyond, you're almost, but you're not. It's that after like maybe the first like 2 months, that anxiety plays. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but that's normal. I don't know, why do you want an entanglement? You don't want to state your stand, kutangaza msimamo. I don't think I want an entanglement. But okay, so what I say is, someone asked me about casual sex, having a guy who is, and I said, I don't believe in those things, but I don't believe in those things because someone is using, there's one person who's using the other person. And sana wasichana, for women, we agree to those things. You want to waste your body, you agree to that. And then you start catching feelings. Oh, you know, I've been coming to your house for a whole year, you know, blah, blah, blah. If a man wants you, he will not ask you to come and do weird things in his bed. He will want to commit just without a title because he's scared someone else might scoop you away from him. He will want to commit to you. I don't think I want I would do entanglement. Do an entanglement if you're comfortable with it, but don't start doing entanglement hoping one day he'll ask you to be his girlfriend. If he hasn't asked you yet, it's because he doesn't want you to be. Okay. Dating mababa ni kama kuwa na siri, hujui mtu aje. It's not worth it. Unamficha kama cocaine. Bueno. Lilian. Yeah, so allow me to stay single for now. This is too much. I'm even thinking I might be toxic. Yeah, work on yourself. Maybe when you leave some toxic situations, sometimes you find that you're toxic. Also, sometimes your upbringing, if you are brought up in toxic situations, some things even our teachers told us. Aki walikuwa wanaongea vibaya. Primary school, God help. God bless our teachers anyway. So some of these, if you are brought up in very toxic environments, sometimes you carry forward those toxic traits. Yeah. Why do women have to be virgins but men exercise their priorities? Why do women have to be? Yeah, that's a good question. If you tell me, if you ask a woman, if you want a virgin woman, you better also be a virgin. I think that's what she's saying. Sex does not keep a man. You will feel terribly. Kwanza men currently, they want to then they ghost you. Thank you for saying that truth. True. Story ya kusema where you will be in 5 years is a scam. The thing is, we will try our best. Otherwise, life remains ni kungangana. Hi, Kevin. Let me just say hi to you. Shimaina, nuggets of dating a single dad divorced to actions like intro to his close friends and to actions like intro to his close friends and some family, be a positive action. Yes. And also, by the way, for those dating baby daddies, if he has more than 2 baby mamas, if he has like 3 baby mamas, trust me, you will be the 4th one. Ask Tanasha. Yeah, so unless you want a child, yeah, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening with my life. I hope you guys can see me. So, yeah. So, no, sometimes we have that mental. Let me talk about that. Dating a man with multiple baby daddy. A man with multiple, he has 4 baby mamas. And then you're there thinking you're special, you're what. It's good to think you're special, but look out for yourself. Look out also from where people are coming from. Utajipata hapo na mtoto pia wewe. Sweetie, ukikuwa na Atieno. Hi Atieno. Sweetie ukikuwa na boy anashinda akikuitisha do mara payslip aitishe loan na payslip yako, then ukikataa na jam, ni haki kweli? Atieno, sijui nitakukalisha chini hapa nikwambie nini. Don't give anybody your money. You don't owe anybody money. You don't owe, for men, you don't owe women money. For women, you don't owe men sex or anything. Sweetie, keep your money. Keep your money to yourself. Don't give your money to anybody. And then what kind of entitlement is this? If you deny them, they're mad at you. You have a lot of atieno, but I mean nikopeshe hiyo pesa. So they're not there for the companion part or for love or for whatever. I think they are there for what they can get from you. If you're a woman, you're watching this, stop giving men money. Stop. You are so beautiful. You know, women are so beautiful. Women, we are so, men go to war because of us. But you don't have to give them money or sex or whatever. Akitaka kwenda wacha aende. You are not born with that person. There is what I know, unaweza saidia mtu akiwa na shida, but if you're just dating a man, acha aende akaombe mabeste wake. If you're married, unajua of course some mtaleta finances together, or for example, if you have maybe a project mnafanya pamoja, after you're married, you might bring your money together. You just dated a nigga and you're starting to give him money. Don't. Acha alale njaa. Okay, I don't mean it like that, you guys, because najua mtaanza kunijudge. You know what I mean. You're not his bank. Mary B. Kamau, sex is for spicing things up. I think dating is for connection and just vibing. Otherwise, don't lie to yourself that you will cut. Yes, atunafikiria nitamfanyia sijui nini. Utabaki hapo na mastairo zako, sweetie. Today you have really made my day with the chachi things. Chachi guys, if you're here, you are chachi guys. Wachaneni na hiyo maneno. Mnakibiza tusichana kutoa after, unajua wasichana, and you know this, let me not go into details about this church guys, because most of them are not abstaining, but tusichana tokaya tuko pale tumekauka. So ukipata tu mtu hivi anakwambia, oh I want to marry you, just rush. Date this man. I don't care if he's a keyboard guy, if he's a junior pastor, date them. Wafanyie interview, get to know what they feel about relationships, their past relationships, get to know what they stand for, their values, what they think about marriage. Ask them those things. I'm looking at your questions here. Yeah, someone is telling Atieno, run for your life. Ati mchali anakutisha pesa ukimnyima anakasirika. Hey! Entitlement iko hii CBD, wacha tu. Wababa hatuwataki huku, yeah. Rachel Ongalo unasema, I felt at some point that I was not good enough and realized that the problem was the relationship that I was in with a narcissist. Once I broke it off, I found myself. Oh, Rachel, it happened to me too. By the time you're breaking off with a narcissist, you have very, very low self-esteem. Very low self-esteem. How do you date someone na hakuna communication and if it's maybe once in a month? How are you dating if communication is once a month? That's a stranger. That's not dating. Date people, choose people who choose you. Talk to people who want to talk to you. Put yourself first. Thank you, Wambu. Casual sex is dangerous. Thank you so much. It's a waste of time. Yes. And then those soul ties, unatembea tu. Anyway, unatembea. I don't want to say this. So, na kama una feel interested while talking with someone, but after hapo akili zako zina hang, like hauko sure and not yet meet, but it's still on online. How can you say? So, unalenga tu. Don't waste their time. Just ignore. They will get the signs. Don't drag someone along if you don't feel the same way. I'm happily on self-betterment and care journey, and so far I love it. Thank you. Thumbs up for the live. Keep up the likes. Yes, keep the likes. You know, when you like my video, it goes higher in rank. Is it in rank? Someone will see it faster than one without more likes. So please like my video. Thank you, guys. I just found this channel and I already love it. Thank you so much. We are about emotional and mental wellness, talk about relationships and getting better emotionally. Thank you, everybody. So, who is this? Ndamalizia hapo. It's late. Yeah, someone saying the worst person to date is a narcissist because they destroy you as a person. They suck the life out of you until you dry. Until you dry. They are just like vampires. They suck you dry. They take your confidence, they take your money, they take your esteem, they just put you on the ground. They do. So please define a narcissist. Where do I start? It's a personality disorder. They're selfish individuals who feel good when bringing other people down, who have a false sense of belonging. They think they're better than everybody else. They are manipulators. They are, I don't know what to tell you. They will destroy you. Please Google and read about it. There's also a video I did about it. What's your take about age difference while you're dating? Modhani sikuwa two therapist. Yes, I'm working on that. I am working on becoming a lot of things. So very soon mtaniona hapa na degree. What's your take about age difference? Yes. So for me, I say if someone is younger, if you're a lady, you are. Let me see who asked this question. What's Samuel Kamau? So I think for guys, if I think the right age difference is not more than 5 years. However, you can find someone older and they are also immature, and you can also find someone younger and they're very mature. However, for me, when I dated, sometimes you might find guys older with 10 years, and we cannot laugh the same joke. I would just cut it off. Like where you're in different generations, they don't even know what music you're listening to. They don't. I want someone we have a bit of same interests, or we have things we can enjoy together. So for me, especially, I had a problem dating younger guys than me. I did have a problem dating younger men than me. And sometimes these things that people ignore in the beginning, unapata chali, you're 35, you find a guy who's 25 years old, then you're like, age is just a number. The things that you ignore in the beginning are the things that will break you up. Yeah, so guys, I am already feeling tired. I had such a long day. I was so busy at work. But I'm so happy we got to do this. I said I will be doing lives. I will be doing them probably once a week. I said I will start with once a week. I will be having a topic that we will talk about. Tusaidiane kila mtu, si ndio? I come with my insights, you come with your insights, and then we just have a live and we talk about issues revolving around that. We will be doing like we've done today from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. because it's adult content, because some of these things we cannot talk during the day. And also I want to talk to you guys when you're at home. Although like the Dubai guys, most of them I can't even see them here today. The Dubai guys, because of time difference, and the States guys, anyway, wataiona to see, but till publish there. So yeah. So next time I will think about what we'll talk about. Today I wanted to talk about the feeling you're not good enough, because sometimes I go through that, and most people go through that. It has a lot to do with your self-esteem, and how to stop comparing yourself with other people, how to stop hanging out with people who are negative or too critical. So who's this? Nani anaingia saa hizi? Umeingia tu hivi washe. Okay, I don't know if I'm reading that right. Yeah, Evelyn, let's work out too. Yeah, workout is amazing. I used to work out, but for now I've stopped kidogo. Yeah, so bye guys. I don't want to cut you off. Bye. Tumemaliza live. Sasa niwaandikie hapa. Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys. This was amazing. This was amazing. Good night. Good night, good night, good night. Thank you for saying it feels interactive. I really wanted it like that. Very interactive. I'm happy. So next time also prepare. But I will be saying the question early in advance. Please check my social media pages also here, so that by the time you're coming, you're ready for it. You know, if you want to contribute, you want to ask questions around it. Yeah, that will be amazing. Bye. I need to stop this live. How do I stop? Oh, it's here.